Hey Grownups, if you're looking for a way to support your kids outside the classroom, especially when school feels overwhelming or like it's just not clicking, I want to tell you about IXL. IXL is an online learning program that covers math, language arts, science, and social studies for pre-K through 12th grade. Whether your child needs help catching up, wants a challenge, or you're just trying to cut down on the time you spend tracking down worksheets or homework help, IXL is here to make learning easier and more fun. It's interactive, personalized, and smart. IXL figures out what your child needs to practice, adapts to their level, and even lines up lessons with the exact textbook they're using in class. And kids actually like it. They earn awards and get clear, encouraging feedback along the way. Over 1 million teachers and 1/4 of U.S. students already use IXL. And now, Girl Tales listeners can get an exclusive 20% off your membership. Make an impact on your child's learning. Go to IXL.com/girltales to get started. Hey Grownups! If I were to think up a magazine specifically made for Tailblazers, I don't think I could come up with anything better than the magazine called Curious Jane. You have to check this out. It's a magazine just for girls who like to create, build, invent, and explore. Every issue of Curious Jane is 72 pages. Yep, 72 full pages of DIY projects, games, quizzes, and hands-on fun. No ads, just bright, bold, creative ideas delivered straight to your door. Kids can engineer a secret lockbox, build an arcade game, and so much more. Every issue has a unique theme and is seriously packed with fun. Curious Jane is perfect for girls aged 8 to 14 or ages 6 and up with a little grown-up help. It's basically a summer camp in a magazine. And hey, Tailblazers get a screamin' deal. Use the code GIRLTALES for 15% off your subscription. To sign up for your subscription, head to curiousjane.fun. That's curiousjane.fun.
Hi, Tailblazers. I'm Quinn, and this is Girl Tale,
a kids podcast packed with girl power and stories where every child's voice matters. Grownups, Girl Tales is brought to you by families like yours. If you would like to hear your child's name at the top of our next episode, or if you would like me to wish them a happy birthday, head to patreon.com/girltales and join a team today. Oh, and hey, do you love Girl Tales and making your own stories at home? Well, the Girl Tales Starter Pack is made just for you. It includes a vintage book of fairy tales, a Tailblazer pencil, a Girl Tales notebook, bookmark, and sticker. Everything you need to dream up your own magical adventures. Grownups can grab one now at girltalespodcast.com/shop. And Grownups, the 7th season is coming to an end soon, so if you'd like birthday shoutouts, please get them into me before May 23rd. You can sign up for a birthday shout out at patreon.com/girltales. Now, on to our episode. This is a party for Winnie the Bear. Enjoy! As summer approaches and our time together winds down, I've been thinking a lot about change and how hard it can be to say goodbye, even if it's only for a little while. It takes me back to the town I lived in before I moved to Freshwater. I remember the last time I saw my beloved babysitter, Grandma Nancy, in person. She used to tell me the most wonderful stories about my purple stuffed bear, Winnie, and all of her stuffed animal friends. I still remember how I felt when I found out I was moving. I was scared, nervous. I didn't want anything to change. I hoped Grandma Nancy would find a way to make it all stop. But instead, she did the one thing she knew would help. She told me another Winnie the Bear story.
One day, the sun had come back over the forest, bringing with it the scent of May. and all the streams were tinkling happily to find themselves in their own pretty shape again. The little pools lay dreaming of the life they had seen and the big things they had done. In the warmth and quiet of the forest, the cuckoo bird was carefully practicing her singing and listening to see if she liked it, and pigeons were complaining gently to themselves in their lazy, comfortable way that it was another pigeon's fault, but it didn't matter very much, because on such a day as this, Rebecca Honeycomb whistled in a special way. An owl came flying out of the 100-acre wood to see what she wanted.
Owl, I am going to throw a party.
You are you?
And it's going to be a special kind of party. Because of what Winnie did when she did what she did to save Piglet from the flood.
Oh, that's what it's for, is it?
Yes. So will you tell Winnie as quickly as you can and all the others, because it will be tomorrow.
Oh, it will it?
So will you go tell them, Owl?
Owl tried to think of something very wise to say, but couldn't. So she flew off to tell the others. And the first person she told was Winnie. Winnie, Rebecca Honeycomb is giving a party. Oh, said Winnie, and then seeing that Owl expected her to say something else, she said, Will there be those little cake things with pink sugar icing? Owl felt that it was rather beneath her to talk about little cake things with pink sugar icing, so she told Winnie exactly what Rebecca Honeycomb had said and flew off to Eeyore. A party for me? How grand, Winnie thought to herself. And she began to wonder if all the other animals would know that it was a special Winnie party. And if Rebecca Honeycomb had told them about the floating bear and the brain of Winnie and all the wonderful ships she had invented and sailed on. And she began to think how awful it would be if everybody had forgotten about it and nobody quite knew what the party was for. And the more she thought like this, the more the party got muddled in her mind, like a dream when nothing goes right. And the dream began to sing itself over in her head until it became a sort of song. It was an anxious Winnie song. 3 cheers for Winnie. For who? For Winnie. Why, what did she do? I thought you knew. She saved her friend from a flood. 3 cheers for Bear. For where? For Bear. She couldn't swim, but she rescued her. She rescued who? Oh, listen, do. I am talking of Winnie. Of who? Of Winnie. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Well, Winnie was a bear of enormous brain. Just say it again. Of enormous brain. Of enormous what? Well, she ate a lot. And I don't know if she could swim or not, but she managed to float on a sort of boat. On a sort of what? Well, a sort of pot. So now let's give her 3 hearty cheers. So now let's give her 3 hearty witches, and hope she'll be with us for years and years, and grow in health and wisdom and riches. 3 cheers for Winnie. For who? For Winnie. 3 cheers for Bear. For where? For Bear. 3 cheers for the wonderful Winnie the Bear. Just tell me, somebody, what did she do? While this was going on inside her, Owl was talking to Eeyore. Eeyore, Rebecca Honeycomb is giving a party. Very interesting. I suppose they will send me whatever's left. Probably the stuff someone stepped on. Kind and thoughtful. Not at all. Don't mention it. There is an invitation for you. What's that? An invitation. Yes, I heard you. Who dropped it? This isn't anything to eat. It's asking you to the party. Tomorrow. Eeyore shook her head slowly. This is meant for Piglet. The little one with the excited ears. That's Piglet. I'll tell her.
No, it's you.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. Rebecca Honeycomb said all of them. Tell all of them.
All of them except Eeyore?
All of them.
A mistake, no doubt. But still, I shall come. Only don't blame me if it rains. But it didn't rain. Rebecca Honeycomb had made a long table out of some long pieces of wood, and they all sat round it. Rebecca Honeycomb sat at one end, and Winnie sat at the other. And between them on one side were Owl and Eeyore and Piglet, and between them on the other side were Rabbit and Roo and Kanga. And all Rabbit's friends and relations spread themselves about on the grass and waited hopefully in case anybody spoke to them, or dropped anything, or asked them the time. It was the first party Roo had ever attended, and she was very excited. She began to talk.
Hello, Winnie.
Hello, Roo. Roo jumped up and down in her seat for a little while, and then began again.
Hello, Piglet.
Piglet waved a paw at her, being too busy to say anything.
Hello, Eeyore.
Eeyore nodded gloomily at her. It will rain soon. Just see if it doesn't. Roo looked to see if it didn't, and it didn't. So she said,
Hello, Owl.
Hello, little one.
Owl said back, and went on telling Rebecca Honeycomb about an accident which had nearly happened to a friend of hers, whom Rebecca Honeycomb didn't know. And Kanga said to Roo, Drink up your milk first, dear, and talk afterwards. So Roo, who was drinking her milk, tried to say that she could do both at once, and had to be patted on the back and dried for quite a long time afterwards. Oh, Roo. When they had all nearly eaten enough, Rebecca Honeycomb banged on the table with her spoon, and everybody stopped talking and was very silent. Except Roo, who was just finishing a loud attack of hiccups and trying to look as if it was one of Rabbit's relations.
The party is a party because of what someone did, and we all know who it was, and it's her party because of what she did, and I've got a present for her, and here it is.
Then she looked around a little and whispered,
Where is it?
While Rebecca Honeycomb went off looking, Eeyore coughed in an impressive way and began to speak. Friends, everyone here, even the odds and ends, I'm really glad you came to my party. Or I should say, it's been nice so far. What I did, it was nothing. Any one of you, except Rabbit, Owl, and Kanga, would have done the same. Oh, and Winnie, obviously. My comments don't apply to Piglet and Roo because they're too little. Anyway, like I said, anyone else would have done what I did. It just happened to be me. And no, in case you're wondering, I wasn't trying to get whatever it is Rebecca Honeycomb's looking for now. She raised her front leg to her mouth and whispered loudly to Rebecca Honeycomb, Try under the table. I did what I did because I believe we should all help when we can. I just think we all should. Bah! Said Roo accidentally. Roo, dear, said Kanga.
Was it me? What's Eeyore talking about?
Piglet whispered to Winnie. I don't know.
I thought this was your party.
I thought it was once, but I suppose it isn't.
I'd sooner wish it was yours than Eeyore's.
So would I. Bah! As I was saying when I was interrupted by various loud sounds, I feel that...
Here it is,
cried Rebecca Honeycomb.
Pass it down to Winnie. It's for Winnie.
For Winnie? Said Eeyore.
Of course it is. The best bear in the whole world.
I should have known. After all, one can't complain. I have my friends. Somebody spoke to me only yesterday. And was it last week or the week before that Rabbit bumped into me and said, "Bother, my social circles. Always something going on." Nobody was listening, for they were all saying, "Open it, Winnie."
What is it, Winnie?
I know what it is.
No, you don't.
And other helpful remarks like that. And of course Winnie opened it as quickly as she could, but without cutting the string, because you never know when a bit of string might be useful. At last it was undone. When Winnie saw what it was, she nearly fell down, she was so pleased. It was a special pencil case. There were pencils in it marked B for bear, and pencils marked HB for helping bear, and pencils marked BB for brave bear. There was a knife for sharpening the pencils, and erasers for rubbing out anything which was spelt wrong, and a ruler for ruling lines for the words to walk on, and inches marked on the ruler in case you wanted to know how many inches anything was, and blue pencils, and red pencils, and green pencils for saying special things in blue and red and green. And all these lovely things were in little pockets of their own, in a special case, which shut with a click when you clicked it. And they were all for Winnie. "Oh," said Winnie.
Oh,
Winnie, said everybody else except Eeyore. "Thank you." But Eeyore was saying to herself, "This writing business, pencils and what not, overrated if you ask me. Silly stuff. Nothing in it." Later on, when they had all said goodbye and thank you to Rebecca Honeycomb, Winnie and Piglet walked home thoughtfully together in the golden evening, and for a long time they were silent. Then Piglet asked,
When you wake up in the morning, Winnie, what's the first thing you say to yourself?
"What's for breakfast?" What do you say, Piglet?
I say, I wonder what exciting thing is going to happen today.
Winnie nodded thoughtfully. It's the same thing.
And what did happen?
When?
The next morning.
I don't know.
But how am I ever going to know if I'm moving to a whole new town next week?
Perhaps you'll go on to tell the stories now. Maybe you'll tell many, many stories.
About Winnie?
About Winnie, about our time together, about the people and places you love, about whatever your imagination allows.
Maybe. Grandma Nancy?
Yes, love?
Winnie the Bear is going to miss you, and I am too. I started to cry as I gave her a hug.
Oh, I'm going to miss you too, Rebecca. So much. But guess what?
What?
We can still write to one another.
She told me as she wiped my tears away. Will you write to Winnie too?
Only if Winnie writes back.
She is a clever bear of very big brains.
So, of course, she will. Okay, now it's time for your bath.
I nodded and made my way to the bathroom with Winnie the Bear in hand. That was A Party for Winnie the Bear, written, performed, and executive produced by me, Rebecca Cunningham. Adapted from Winnie the Pooh by A. Milne. Performed and produced by Tessa Flannery. Grownups, thanks for listening to Girl Tales with your Tailblazers. Before you go, here are some questions to help keep the conversation going with your child. What part of today's story did you enjoy the most, and why? Did you connect with a character in this story? Did you learn something new? How did you feel about this story? Did it remind you of something in your own life? We hope this sparks some fun and meaningful conversations. Girl Tales is a Cordelia Studios production. Grownups, you can get access to ad-free episodes of Girl Tales, as well as a range of other shows for the kids in your life, by subscribing to Starglow Plus on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to hear me narrate the original stories of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, or Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, head to patreon.com/
Girl Tales and join Team Sunnybrook or above. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. And hey, if you loved this story, share it with a friend. Oh, and remember, I believe in you.
There's a hill and a road and a path where I know you must go. Through the sun, wind, rain, or snow. But wherever you venture, you can always come home. 'Cause I trust your heart, I trust my heart, and I trust your mind, I trust my mind, and I trust the friends, I trust the friends I know you will find o'er the hill and on the road. So off you